Good morning. It is Martin Midlife Misadventure time. Joining in on another prepping video today. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done one. If you haven't been over to this channel, please go check it out. They are an awesome channel. Good morning to all my awesome friends and family. I'm sorry I have been sick for the last week and a half with COVID. So I'm going to try to do at least one video every other day until I'm fully back strong again. Doing pretty good, still a little tired, and everything is really an effort to do, but I'm not sick anymore, or at least very little sick. Well, we had to buy quite a bit this week because we didn't buy any groceries in 2 weeks. And I see that I still forgot to get milk, so I will probably have to go back to the store and get that. But except for milk, I think we got everything we need for the next week or two. I still have food in my freezer, and I still have plenty of food in my pantry. But there were things that we ran out of almost 100%. Yogurt, we totally ran out, so we have none. So I bought 2 packages. One with blueberries and strawberries, and one with berries and peaches. Mr. Peanut was getting very low on dog food. I still had 1 case left, but I need to start stocking up. Good thing I bought another case because I bought the last case they had. I will try for the next 2 or 3 weeks to buy a case every time I go until we get back up to the 4 cases. But we have enough to make it for 30 days if I still can't get it next week. Chicken pot pies we were totally out of for the last week or so. So I tried to buy them before I got sick, but they didn't have any in the store. And today they had them back in stock, so I bought them. I bought a new fresh loaf of bread for this week. And of course we eat bananas every week, so I got some bananas. Got some fresh, 2 fresh tomatoes, and I got red pears, and I got 4 of them. So me and my husband have 2 apiece. Been out of potatoes for the last 4 or 5 days, so I bought another 10 pounds of potatoes. There is 2 packages of strawberries. They were on sale, 2 for $5, so I bought 2 of them. And I got some tea cakes. They weren't too bad on the price. Cookies had really went up in price, so I didn't buy any cookies at all. We'll see what I do next week. So I did get, forgot to mention, I did get a package of Twinkies. They weren't too expensive, so I went ahead and bought them. It's amazing the things that have really went up in price. I've been sick so long. I had a lot of Kleenex, but I'm going really through them fast. So I just bought 1 because they were pretty pricey where I bought them at the store. I usually try to buy them at Dollar Tree or on sale, but I've used up my supply. But thank God I had a big supply to use up. Peanut butter almost was out of. We still had like about a half of a jar. So it wasn't like we were totally out, but I bought another twin pack. We were totally out of V8. Been having trouble finding Punch. And today they actually had some in stock. These big ones have been out for about 6 weeks, and I was able to find one today, so I bought one. We still have a half of container of oatmeal, but I went ahead and bought another one just to start stocking back up. We still have quite a bit of soup, but because I was sick so bad, we went through most of the minestrone and most of the bean with bacon we had, so I just replaced what we used. Because I'm still trying to get well, I stocked up on tea. I got some tea here with peach and oh my gosh, ginger to help my tummy. It's doing better, but still we have some issues. Here it is. I had it out of the line of picture. This has ginger, peach, and herb tea. Hopefully it'll make me feel a little bit better. And this is some more herbal tea. And I can't remember why I bought it. There was a reason I bought it. Caffeine free. Oh, it has peppermint and ginger. That's why, because the ginger is good for your tummy. And I love pomegranate, and so I got pomegranate and white tea. So now this isn't everything I bought, but this is all that would fit on my table, because I have a very small house and everything I have is small. So I'm going to get the stuff that I bought for the freezer and bring it out. Well, the total came to $141.68 for all my groceries for this week, but I hadn't bought groceries in 2 weeks. So I've done really well in the last 30 days on my grocery bill, keeping it really reasonable. And a lot of the things that I even bought today are going to last more than a week, because I did do some stocking up for the pantry in the freezer. I bought these pot pies. That was sort of an expensive thing in a way, but not really, because that's 8 pies, so that's enough for 4 meals. This is a case of dog food for Mr. Peanut, so that it wouldn't last him a month, but it would last him probably like 20 days. And the yogurt is going to last probably for 2 weeks. And most of the treats are going to last a week or two, because I did buy quite a bit. I don't know if I mentioned the Twinkies or not. The Twinkies were a lot cheaper than the cookies this week. Cookies were outrageously expensive, so I didn't buy any. And the cakes were really expensive too. The only things I bought the tea cakes, and those were, but I thought I could justify it if I do some kind of a Valentine post this week, if I can start feeling good enough to make one. I haven't made a new video in about a week and a half. I've just been too sick, and I have another one. I have everything here to make it. I just haven't done it. I will try to put one together today, but we don't know. I'm not going to push myself if I don't feel well. So anyway, this is what I bought this week for my pantry and refrigerator, stocking up for emergency food and food for the next week or two. Like I said, some of these things I'm buying ahead, like the pot pies, the yogurt, and of course I'm restocking the pantry with peanut butter, oatmeal, and of course punch. We were getting really low on the punch. And I was lucky that they finally had some big punches back again, because they've been out for about 6 weeks in our store. I would take pictures and show you what's out, but my store told me no pictures allowed. Once I start feeling better, I may very well start going to a different Stater Brothers than mine. So if they kick me out, not much they can do, and I don't need to go back. But I don't want to get kicked out of the one that's not close to my house. Well, I hope you enjoyed the shopping haul for this week. Please take care, and please, if you don't feel well, try to stay home the best you can. And this was something I didn't know. Of course, I was in total denial that I could possibly have COVID, because I'd had all my COVID shots and my booster, and I still got it. And all I do is go to work, come home, and grocery shop. I do see my daughter, and they're fully vaccinated too. So being fully vaccinated really doesn't keep you from getting it. So remember that. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, we also got some yogurt, sour cream, we were out of sour cream also this week. So we did run out of quite a few things, but I was going to finish saying after I thought about it. It's not going to save you. It will keep you from getting so sick, because a lot of people are getting it. Half my family has had COVID without shots. Another half have had COVID with shots. The ones with shots were sick less time. Nobody was hospitalized in my family but one person, and that one person wasn't vaccinated. Nobody that was vaccinated has ended up in the hospital, and nobody even came close to it. So getting vaccinated really does help. It just isn't going to keep you from getting it. I was 74 years old. I got it. I was sick for probably 10 days. So I'm not going to say I wasn't sick, but I'm 74. I have asthma. I'm overweight, and I'm 74. But I still survived. It never really went into my lungs. My oxygen level was tested twice. Both times it was fine. Not saying I wasn't sick. I'm just saying my breathing was fine. And I didn't have to be hospitalized. And don't be in denial like me, because if I hadn't been in denial, I could have even been sick less time. There are things they can do to help you if you do get it. But if you're in denial like me, it's not going to help you. Now, they told me if my husband gets sick to please come in immediately with him, because they can give him stuff to make it a little easier on him if they catch it in the first 20 or to 48 hours. So I do ask him every day. So far, he hasn't come down with anything, and it's been about 10, maybe it's 14 days now. I don't know. I started having symptoms a week before last, so that would be what, 7? I don't know. Anyway, it's at least 10 or 12 days now. I'm not quite sure, because they say that they can pass the germ 2 or 3 days before you even start showing symptoms. I have no idea if that's true or not. We never know what's true. Okay, let you guys go. Hugs and kisses.